Hey everyone. Years ago in linear time, I read the book 10,000 Whispers for you. I'll put the link to the whole book in the description if you're curious. And it's one of my favorite books ever. I usually take it with me, or I used to take it with me wherever I go, and especially when I go traveling. And now I have been gone for over a year. I've been to Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and currently I'm in India. And I was so bummed that I did not take this book with me because it's so beautiful and it reminds me of how reality is created. And while Bashar and Neville have amazing wisdom that teach exactly the same thing, there's something about this book, 10,000 Whispers, that does something to my cells when I read it. And recently, a friend of mine told me that he started reading in 10,000 Whispers. And I was like, huh? Where did you get that book? Because I tried to order it and the price has like is now fivefold. And also, they don't ship it to where I want to have it. And then he told me a wonderful person shared it with me. And I was like, oh my God, can you send it to me as well? And he told me, I thought you shared it with me. I said, no, but I've been wishing to have it again. So I have the book again, but now not in a physical form, but in a PDF form. And I feel so amazingly grateful. And I want to share something with you from this book, which is amazing. Listen to it every time you feel that you are making 3D the cause, because 3D isn't the cause. 3D is what comes from you, from consciousness, from your focus. Where is your flashlight of awareness focused? That's how 3D is created. So make yourself a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and listen to this passage from 10,000 Whispers. Magnificence personified. Nothing is as cut and dried in the universe as what I've written so far make it seem. According to Seth, our minds can't study the whole picture because we must go beyond words to do so. Intuition, he says, will fill in the gaps that words can't interpret if we will but relax with it. But one thing that words can convey is this: we are magnificent creations of all that is, with tremendous power at our fingertips. As literal parts of it, we share its propensities, desires, and abilities, albeit in scaled down versions. There is stunning purpose to our being. All that is wanted us. It loved us enough to give life free of its own, yet still hold us within it. Along with the gift of existence came the ability to create. Everything in the universe creates the same way, whether it is all that is, our greater selves, other energy gestalts, or human beings. We, consciousness that we all are, do it through thought that eventually develops into psychological events. In the case of consciousness residing in a physical reality, those events may be interpreted as material objects, linear time experiences, dreams, or psychic events. Because telepathy is the mode of communication between and within consciousness, we are telepathic. Because consciousness units are clairvoyant and precognitive, so are we. Because each consciousness because each consciousness unit holds the history and knowledge of the universe. We're very well educated. Because consciousness is endowed with unpredictability, we have free will. Because consciousness creates every probability it can possibly experience, we are surrounded by potential unlimited. Because consciousness creates the camouflage of linear time, consciousness can choose to rethink its position and instead use the present of its continual point of power. We are actors in a vast drama where the main action occurs outside our world. We can only sense the greater story from our perch in physicality. But realizing the activity that goes on within Framework 2 gives us a broader understanding of daily life. For knowing what we do, can we possibly believe that an event can happen to us that doesn't have intent and meaning behind it? Why else would it have materialized into our reality? Can we really believe there is no purpose to the unfolding of our lives? And can we see the great creativity at play that hands us carte blanche? The means to build our lives as different from other people's as we choose, with no lockstep needed or wanted. Consciousness is imbued with a desire to create, and that's what we do every moment of our lives. We can no more not create than the day not dawn. We do it unconsciously, consistently. The key is getting what we want out of life is, of course, to learn how to consciously create what we desire as individuals and as a world community. So, I'm going to give you another chapter because it's so good. Exploring conscious creation. Conscious creation is learning that consciousness is the building material from which we, little gods that we are, create terror and tragedy, just as it is the building material from which we create love sonnets and loving relationships. It's also learning that we can mold consciousness into whatever we choose. It does us the honor of becoming exactly what we allow it to be. Meshing the concepts of consciousness, simultaneous time, probabilities, the inner self, and the creative aspects of thought establishes the power platforms of conscious creation. They are what, viewed as a whole, help us move toward the complete reorientation that will lead us into clearer and more accurate understandings of physical reality and our participation in it. The Power Platform shows us the incredible flexibility of time, space, and matter, and points the way to successful lives based on conscious choice. It eventually leads to that critical 180-degree evolution in our thinking, thankfully. So for the rest of 10,000 Whispers, we'll explore conscious creation in all of its glory, paying close attention to how and why an event manifested, consciously or unconsciously. We'll start with discussion of key subjects laced with stories that have extraordinary implications, and then flow into a series of visualizations and techniques meant to help you use your power of thought and the power of the moment to consciously paint a living picture of your life, scene by scene. As we mix and match our way through this fascinating subject, watch how your thinking changes. Keep an inner finger on the evolution of your beliefs, because as your beliefs change, so do you. By the time you reach the last page, you'll be fully prepared to look life in the eye on your terms. Tell it who's boss, and move into your future with new assurance. Ah, the beauty of it all. Don't you just love it? So in the link In the description is a link to the whole book that I did a couple of years ago. So enjoy listening to it and ask me anything you'd like to know about conscious creation, because in the meantime, I'm pretty good at it. Sending you so much love. Ciao.